I walked onto the frozen lake and carefully picked up the crystal ball. Cold crept up from my feet as I turned back toward the shore. The ice suddenly shattered beneath me, and I dropped into the rushing water. Freezing water flooded my lungs and my vision began to fade. My friends rushed forward to save me as I started to drown. Something deep inside me was forced awake at that moment. I flashed into the library, soaked from head to toe. I stood there, unable to believe what had just happened. I went home with my clothes still dripping wet. My drunk father stormed over, shouting and threatening me to open the door. Fear and disgust, I knew too well, surged back again. The instant the door opened, I flashed away on instinct. I reappeared inside the closed library. The empty silence pulled my thoughts back to my bedroom. In the next second, I flashed straight back into the bedroom. That was when I realized something had changed in me. I pushed down the shock and panic and packed my bags fast. I said goodbye to the girl and left alone for New York. I rented a small apartment and began studying this ability. I focused on a tree ahead and flashed straight into it. I crashed hard and stumbled back into the apartment. I flipped through photos and saw a building from my childhood. The memory surfaced and the room began to shake. I appeared on the rooftop of that building. I understood the rule of my power in that moment. If I had seen a place or been there, I could flash there instantly. A bold idea began to form. I entered a bank using the restroom as an excuse. I took a clear look inside the vault. When night came, I prepared my tools and bags. I took the money with ease. I moved into a luxury apartment at a young age. The walls filled with photos from around the world. Expensive things piled up around me. What I did not know was that I had drawn attention. A white-haired cop walked into the bank. He studied the vault layout and ordered all cameras checked. He traced everyone who had entered the vault. He seemed to understand teleportation. I had no idea I was being watched. I flashed around my place without thinking. I even used my power just to grab a remote. I flashed into my private vault to take cash. I got dressed and grabbed an umbrella. I stepped out of my New York building. I appeared on top of Big Ben in London. I met a girl at a bar. We spent the night together. I went surfing on a beach. When the waves would not come, I flashed to Fiji. I rode a 30-foot wave. I stood on the Sphinx eating breakfast in the sun. I believed I finally controlled my life. I did not realize real danger was already closing in.